And we are back.
Time to get into that door.
Oh, that's gonna be a bounce.
I'm sure. Okay, definitely is a boss.
They brought about the underground. What is it? The
Jesus.
Oh no, what's it called? Master, look over that way.
The door?
It's a door symbol. The design carved onto the floor there is the mark of Furor.
Okay.
I detect the sacred symbol of the Triforce emanating from its vicinity.
Okay.
They brought the Buddha, like their version of hell, back. To reach the area where that mark is located, I propose you pass through the door in front of you.
Time to turn into a bunny rabbit and get through that lock.
Going to the dark side. Just
yeah.
boop, 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 boop.
I mean, I'm already headed to the moon in November, so why not?
Yeah.
Get the moon pearl, get my bunnies, get my male bunny boy,
yeah,
and
just bunny boy on.
get my male Vieira and just kind of like run through there. No, I'm not switching to a bunny boy.
The door is locked. Are you not?
For that fifth
context, you want to give people context?
I was about to say for that 7-layer joke for that fifth level.
14.
Yeah. That joke that is like so many levels that
I didn't get it until you said Vieira, and I was like, okay.
I had to give more context. So you're finally going to the moon in Final Fantasy IV. People are like, 14.
14, yeah.
I'm sorry, you go into it in, well, never mind, that'd be a spoiler. You go in Final Fantasy 14. You're
spoiler for a super old game.
You're going to the moon, and all right, well, I can't.
Yeah, I don't know what you can do here. I think you might need to come back here when you have a key.
Yeah, maybe.
I almost feel like maybe we came here too early.
I don't think it's a spoiler because it's literally in the trailer of like you're going to the moon.
Yeah,
like that's the big thing with Endwalker, which is like the culmination of the story of Final Fantasy XIV. Which
you might need to come here after, like after the first or second Triforce.
There's a free trial for Final Fantasy XIV that lets you play all the way up through Heaven's Word.
That's pretty amazing.
It's completely free. Actually, it's like kind of insane that an MMO will allow you to play through the first 2 full expansions.
If you guys want to find an MMO, this is no way sponsored by Final Fantasy or
I'm
anyone.
Just a legit addict to the product.
I used to love 14.
You only stopped because
I only stopped because I had to. I ran out of the ability to process time like that.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But it is a good fucking MMO.
It's only gotten better too. Like
if you guys want to play it,
talk about people that listen to their fan base.
Trial up to what, level 60 plus?
Yeah, you get the first. You get to play up through Heaven's Word, which is the first, technically the first expansion, but like you get that in A Realm Reborn. It's just a ton of content for free. Eventually, you do have to pay a subscription, but honestly, the devs listen so much to the people that play the game and constantly make quality of life choice changes and stuff like that make it worth it.
I don't know how that one is gonna go, man.
I don't remember. I remember it being a pain
Obviously,
in the butt.
You keep the center bottom. Obviously, you keep the right. But now what? Yeah. But no. Why would you ever move it though? Because you always can use it to get up to that spot. Why would you ever need to move it?
That's Furor. I need to get this one, but I can't.
I don't know.
This one.
Is there a way of leaving the? Is there a way of leaving the temple and resetting it so we can get a vision of it again, like a better idea of it again? Maybe it resets the whole puzzle, and then we can be like, "Oh shit, we somehow did this, and we don't have a solution to figure it out."
Let's try and walk outside and see if it does.
I would assume leaving the temple would reset it back to its start, that we can go. And if we put it in there, there's a way to get it out. But it's like maybe it's just as simple as like let's leave and then find a better position, a starting position. Maybe we kind of walked ourselves into a corner.
But yeah, they're adding male Vieiras to the game, and you're going to the moon. And
that's cool.
Link to the Past, you get the Moon Pearl, which allows you to stay in your human form, and Link gets turned into Bunny in the Dark World. So like, it was a multi-layered joke. It was a multi-layered joke that was probably a little too deep, but at the same time,
no. I think some fans of let us know in the comments. I think some fans of Legend of Zelda fucking enjoyed it. That's only going to go up to that area. It's going to be what is that purple thing in there though?
This is the room that I need, which is this one. But
what is the room ahead of it? Has a purple like just past the door. when you look on the regular map. That shouldn't do anything because they don't connect.
I want to get this one up, but I know it's probably simple, everybody. But
I could always look up a solution if it turns out we spend an episode or two kind of.
Yeah, I'll look up a solution if it is. I'm sure
if we get our head butted into it, yeah.
Because I know that's probably the key. Well, there is that room, but
yeah, I don't know, man. I really I despise these slide puzzles, man. That's great, but then you still need the rightmost center one to move.
Yeah, like I understand, like you rotate them like when they're in a block format, you can just rotate them like a triangle. It's like not a triangle, but like a square.
Did we already get the green one, or was it the red one we did? Because we have access to the green Triforce now, which is what, courage?
That was the one we had access to that one before.
Okay.
So that one wasn't an issue.
So what we can do is, well, no matter what, we can't get either of the other Triforce.
Yeah,
All right, hold on. So we need one that has a bottom toggle, right?
Yeah.
So that bottom toggle, there's only 3 cubes with the bottom toggle. The green Triforce, the top left one, and the bottom left one.
I'm trying to figure out how to get this one out of this corner.
That one does need to go into the position of the green Triforce right now. Yeah.
It needs to get out of the corner, but baby wants to stay in the corner, and it's just like, come on, you know you want to get out.
I'll see if I can look something up for you. Maybe if I can find a solution of sorts. Because as soon as we get that out, I think it's going to be a lot easier.
No, yeah. As soon as I can get that one out, I just can't remember. How do I get this one
Skyward Sword. Triforce Dungeon Slide Puzzle, I guess.
Well, at the very least, I'm going to do this one so I can get that door open. So it's another room that I haven't explored yet.
Yeah, do it while we're searching it out.
Doesn't say there's a chest in there, but maybe there's a little chest that gets me a key.
Yeah, I don't understand like the mushrooms and stuff. Like, what's up with that?
I think it's just they're all motifs based on the stuff you've seen before. So like this is the first dungeon in the game, so they're like, well, let's reuse the assets, and now we're in the sand desert area, so it's like it's a mixture of all these ones. But I can solve this while we're working on it.
Look at the stand there, and you'll find the entire dungeon is a slide puzzle. The pieces of this puzzle correspond to the rooms in the dungeon. Yes, of course. This is ZeldaDungeon.net. How you move the pieces will affect how the rooms in the dungeon appear. There are 4 locations within the dungeon that have tablets where you can adjust the rooms. There are 4 locations within the dungeon that have tablets that you can adjust the rooms.
Ah, that's what it was.
Okay, so it's not just a single spot that we get to adjust it. Okay, well, I'm not going to read any further than that then, because that seems like just knowing that you can control it more than that one spot, that's enough. That helps out with me, at least.
Which seems to be the only other solution based on what I have so far.
And you could have forced your way into finding that out just by moving forward. I straight up cut my fucking finger while I was grabbing ice earlier.
I mean, I apparently bit the inside of my mouth, and I have like a sore on the inside, so my mouth is just like a travesty right now.
I was grabbing more ice from the ice bin.
Thank you.
Just died because of the time loop.
Yep.
I was grabbing more ice to add in my drink earlier, and instead of using it from the door like to get ice, I was grabbing it from the big bin inside of the freezer, and one of them was so fucking sharp. I reached in and I felt a slice across my hand. I was like, ow, what was that? Didn't see any blood or anything. I was like, oh, well, maybe he just poked me. No, there was a shard of ice that fucking like opened up a piece of my like 2 layers of my 7 layers or 5 layers.
I mean, I love it also. Like, I thought I cut myself the other day because I got a little bruise right there.
Yep.
And I was like, what is that? It's bloody. It's just like, I was using my coffee hand grinder, and like, it's like, oh no, I cut myself. It's like, oh no, it's worse. It's not a cut, but it's not underneath the skin.
It's just right there.
It's just right there, so it's just not gonna heal.
It's hitting on that nerve layer and only the nerve layer.
Yeah, it's like, damn.
Oh man. That looks like lava if you bring it up. Oh no, actually, okay. Can you throw it?
Yeah, I can throw it.
Is that necessary?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I need to get it upstairs, so this is the only way to get up there.
There you go.
But watching the retrospective on Breath of the Wild, it's been, I mean, the game came out, what, 2017? 26,
yeah, something like that.
Something like that. So, and
give or take a year, probably.
I bought a Switch directly for it because I'm a big Zelda nut, and I think
it's one of the best, if not the best, Zelda game. Like,
there was a good argument that was kind of made about it. Like, some people feel it's so different from what Zelda has been. It's like, is it still a Zelda game? And like, that's
why the fuck would it not be?
Well, just because it harkens so differently. I agree that it's still a Zelda game.
Why wouldn't it literally have Zelda in it?
Well, yeah, but like, think about it this way, like, there's no bottles, there's no like really containing heart containers, like there's a lot of
I get that,
there's no dungeon structure like the previous Zelda games.
Is any Mario game in 3D still a Mario game?
Yeah, no.
I'm not. That seems like a fallible argument. Great for clickbait and great for articles and you trying to write up like, oh, this is my thesis and I'm gonna do. Oh, they're gonna fall. I'm gonna write like a video essay on it. It's like, okay, yeah, no, that's fine. That checks out. Yeah, you could make an argument, I guess.
I think,
but it's very clickbaity. It seems like, is it still a Zelda game? Yeah, it still has Zelda. Games evolve.
No, I agree. I think it still keeps enough of the core of what Zelda is.
Should be able to pop off that.
It definitely changes a ton of the format of Zelda, where it's just like, yeah, you know, it's a good argument that can be made. Like, if you change enough about a game, is it still a game of that franchise? A good example would be, I don't feel Assassin's Creed is really Assassin's Creed anymore, and hasn't been for a long time.
It still is, but that goes back to the genre idea of like, what is this thing in the genre?
Yeah, it's more of like an action RPG than a stealth assassination game. So it's like, the things that I liked about Assassin's Creed are kind of there.
I think it's non-debatable. I think it's non-debatable in the way of, it's an Assassin's Creed game. It is. It's literally called Assassin's Creed. Is it a good way of depicting the genre? Probably not. That way I will agree with you that, yeah.
Well, because it goes to the point of like, when they were going to be remaking, so Jak and Daxter was eventually going to be made into like a new game, but they decided to go with The Last of Us because like, well, we're going to change too much of it to the point of like, is this still Jak and Daxter anymore? So I do think there's credence to that argument where it's like, yeah, I don't, and a lot of people feel this way. Like, I
can see how you would argue it.
Yeah.
Like, I just
is it still an Assassin's Creed game?
Theoretically, I guess I feel like it's being disingenuous to the idea of what we're trying to argue, which would be, is it still a Zelda game? Yeah, it's got Zelda and Link and everything in it. Well, because it doesn't have bottles. Bottles don't make it a Zelda game.
Well, the biggest thing is like pulp.
Yeah, what's going on?
The biggest thing,
maybe do it after.
I actually, because I've played all Zelda games, I can see where Zelda fans
fuck you, Totem Pole,
are coming from, where it's just like, yeah, it's Breath of the Wild is so different that it is kind of one of those things where it's like, I still feel it has enough of Zelda DNA to still be a Zelda game.
I'm not arguing that it's not different. Yeah. Definitely not. It is vastly different. It is absolutely different. Yes, you guys are right. But is it still a Zelda game? Seems like you guys are trying to fight against yourselves in a way of like trying to make a big point, and you're disregarding a lot of the small stuff in order to go like, does it have bottles? Does it have a dark zone? Does it do time travel?
More to the argument. There's more to the argument than that. But like the way the dungeon structures and stuff work, and because it is so radically different, I think it's still Zelda enough that, yeah, it's missing a couple elements. Like the dungeons aren't as unique, and that's fine, but it has dungeons, it has puzzles, it has combat, like, it has all the core tenets of what makes a Zelda game a Zelda game.
I think the core tenet, the very basic, most deepest core tenet of a Zelda game is exploration. And I think Breath of the Wild fucking nails that better than any other game ever has.
That's my favorite thing in
Now, I'm not saying that's the only thing the genre of a Zelda game is, but it's literally a Zelda game. It's got Zelda in it. It's got Link in it. It's got the Triforce. Yeah. It may not have dungeons or bottles in the same way, but it absolutely does have the core concept of adventure and exploration. And I think that is the pinnacle of what those are.
Yeah, to that point, my favorite thing about video games is exploration. It's why Zelda and Metroidvanias are my favorite, because the whole point of those games is go explore. You know, like, this
go try some stuff out. Yeah.
Go go see what it's like. Go explore. Go figure out what's in that corner. I love Metroidvanias when you get a map and you're like, I'm playing through. They just released the Advance collection which is the Castlevania games from the Game Boy Advance. I never played them as a kid, but it's $20, and like it's 4 games for like $20, which steal.
Especially when they're from Nintendo.
That was from from Konami, which is
okay.
And like they're really well done remakes where it's like, they got an encyclopedia, like they really put in time to make sure that these games look nice and there's saves and replays. So it's definitely worth a pickup. But even just going through that is like, I'll usually have like a half an hour to an hour each night with my work schedule to be like, all right, I'm gonna play a video game for a little bit. I'm gonna play a video game on my own for a little bit to just kind of just relax and just like get a chance to de-stress. Yeah, like after a really long day where it's like, okay,
gotcha.
Let's do this for a little bit. And one thing that I love about Metroidvania is like, I haven't been to that place on the map. What's over there? Like, is there a secret wall? Is there like wall chicken in there? Can I go?
There could be wall chicken.
There could be wall chicken.
Everybody loves wall chicken.
Hey,
get some extra protein.
Can I go get this stuff? Am I not connected to that room? Connect.
Oh, that's a back one. I think you're in the gray one or the darker colored one.
I'm in the darker color. It's definitely there, but I have to go to the other door.
Okay, cool.
So it's on this side.
Was it? Oh, okay.
But no, I think Breath of the Wild nails that. This is the one reason why I still really like Breath of the Wild. It's one of my favorite Zelda games.
I really think Breath of the Wild harkens back to the original concept.
Yeah,
maybe not the core gameplay, but I think it goes back to the concept of.
I think the concept of Zelda has always been exploration. I feel like the only thing, out of all the Breath of the Wild stuff, the only thing that I miss is like, I would like some kind of, even if there's not a ton, I would like dungeons with themes.
Yep.
I would like more boss battles because the boss battles in Breath of the Wild are kind of lackluster.
Yeah, they're a little weak.
They're not very interesting mechanically, and I'm not asking for
they were super easy minus the lightning one, which I had personal problems with, but I've seen people just like, hey, no, fuck this, and just absolutely demolish it. So hey, to each their own.
Like, even like the final boss was just like, it's okay, but none of the bosses gave me the lasting feels of like the game bosses like in this game.
The DLC boss was cool.
I didn't play the DLC.
Without spoiling anything, there's a 5th boss, or if you want to call bosses based off of their like Veratu.
So I know that like
things.
I bought the DLC, but I didn't know about like the whole island side quest, and like I didn't know about like the Ballad of the Heroes stuff until like way after I beat the game, and that game's a hard game to get back into after
it very much is. Yeah.
So I try to get into it, but they're like, it's also the Heroes Quest one. It's a pretty harsh DLC from the start.
Oh yeah.
So like, if you're
don't get hit, do it one hit. don't get popped. It's like,
I tried a couple times, but it was one of those things where it's like, man, I haven't played this game in a year. I don't know how to get back into this.
Back into it, yeah.
And it was a bummer because it's just like, oh man, I kind of want to play Breath of the Wild and do this DLC, but it was just like, man, I finished the story.
Yeah.
I'm good. Yeah. Like, Zelda's storytelling, especially in Breath of the Wild, is pretty bad.
I wouldn't say it's bad.
Okay. Its lore is cool.
I would say
its mythology is rad.
I would say that
its execution is weird.
Its execution can be a little weird based off of how you find cutscenes, where you go, what you do. But that's part of the open world nature of it, and it's part of the exploration part of it, where it's not. It's not that they're going to feed you it chapter by chapter.
So the voice acting is bad. That's more so.
Some of it's kind of poopy. I'm looking at you, Zelda. A lot of people love Zelda.
I love Zelda
too. Loves Zelda. But,
I mean, Arlo loves that version of Zelda, but I'm kind of with you. Like, it's probably my least favorite Zelda. I love the idea of her as a character, but I don't necessarily.
I will tell you this: she's not my worst character. I hate Dick Bird. Fuck Dick Bird.
I kind of like
some people love Dick Bird.
I think it's because I like the voice actor. So like,
my fault is not with the voice actor.
No,
absolutely not.
If I remember right, like that's Travis Touchdown or Robert Down Atkins, who's in the Highlander, I believe it is movie. So I love him as an actor. So I think that's part of why I like that character.
Run up and slide down. Whoa!
Sure.
Very nice.
Oh.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's the bomb.
When I said
not
run
me.
up, I meant more like
It's like, all right,
like roll the bomb.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's it, but all right, I'll try it. No. Like,
You gotta
as a
roll
character, he's not likable.
No, and they never try and make him be.
He's like Falco. Like, you don't really like him.
Weird,
but
a
you
blue
like
bird
him.
that's also kind of a dickhead, but also part of your team. Wow.
Yeah.
He might also be kind of like Falco.
I mean, maybe Zelda's alternate universe.
Can you shoot it with an arrow or
I just need to run
slingshot
down
right
there. I guess I could just do that.
I mean, because you get the view of it from here, or the fuck the beetle, yeah. Because I don't know how you get back.
That's true. I don't know.
That's
if
the
I
only thing I was worried about. What did it do?
I don't know.
It might be part of a two-piece puzzle. It might be part of a two-piece puzzle where we hit A and now we need to hit B. It looks like B's up there. Take a look inside.
Go up.
Go for a beetle ride.
Oh no, you are supposed to go down.
Okay. Do your thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it betrays the Zelda idea in any sort of way.
It was more of just like, it's an interesting argument, and I can at least see the point where they're like,
no, if people feel that way and they have an argument for it, I haven't seen the essay, the video essay. I won't deny the fact that you could feel that way, and that'd be fine. Absolutely, go ahead. I'm just saying I don't see it that way. Maybe they make great points in the video essay. Maybe I'll be like, oh shit, didn't think about that. Let me reiterate my point, type of deal. Maybe.
Right. I do feel like with Assassin's Creed, it is it's a prime example of like, it's gone so far away from what the game was about up to Assassin's Creed 3 that it is one of those things that's like, they don't really feel like Assassin's Creed game. Like, they're still good games, and yes, they're still part of the Assassin's Creed franchise, but it's like Metal Gear Acid versus Metal Gear Solid. Like, at least there's like a denominational difference between them. Acid was a card game for the PSP, and this is I
was going to ask for context.
This is almost an unfair comparison because like it's a card game versus a stealth action game, but so much of like Assassin's Creed. What the hell?
Yeah, do you got to hit it with an arrow or something, maybe?
That was weird.
What the fuck was that?
Like, there's still stealth kills and there's still some of the mechanics. Yeah, I'm trying to turn the camera around. There's still stuff in there that kind of feels like Assassin's Creed, but it definitely has changed to the point where it's like, man, it's hard to care about these games when like I love Assassin's Creed 1.
There was another diamond.
Yeah, there is, but I feel like if I hit that, it's going to change something else.
Well, I haven't seen anything changing, but you're right. I almost feel like they both need to be hit, but does that just set up the last one to be not hit now? I'm not seeing any changes.
Yeah, I'm not seeing.
Are you? Like, what the fuck is going on?
So this is.
Hey, it's okay. How about we come off camera?
Oh God, it's already that time.
It's 23 minutes. Yeah.
All right, we'll be back next time, guys. I'm gonna
we'll
try
figure it out in the meantime. But we'll see you guys later. Let us know about your thoughts about Legend of Zelda and games not exactly matching up with.
Maybe they have to be hit in order
with their genre style. Like, what do you think? I think Breath of the Wild meets the exploration, at least bare minimum.
I think it does too.
I would say it's a Zelda game, but it's up to you guys.
Yeah, let us know what your opinion is.
Bop, boo. It looked like there was like an open area. Maybe not. No, I guess not.
Oh, reading. Seek the gemstone that sleeps behind the statue. If you strike them in order from lowest to highest, the door will open.
Damn, fucking tells us.
All right.
Thanks for staying for B-roll, everybody. 100% of people stay for B-roll.
100%. 1.